In this video, I'm going to give you some advice on choosing which hand to use when you're doing one-handed solving. So the first thing that you want to figure out and decide when you're learning how to solve the cube with one hand is to choose which hand that you're going to use to do your solving. You might be surprised to know that the vast majority of cubers use their left hand for one-handed speed solving, and here's why. So when you're doing two-handed speed solving, a standard grip for a right-hand dominant cuber is to have your left hand like this, with the thumb in the middle and the middle finger on the back there, and use your right hand and your left and right index fingers to do a lot of the turning, so around the right and the up face, like that. So you will have learnt a lot of moves and algorithms that require you to do a lot of turning of the right hand face. And to apply that to one-handed solving, all we can do is essentially just take away your right hand like that and keep the same grip with your left hand. So we don't actually have to change our grip too much with our left hand. And then to turn the right face, what we'll do now is use our pinky to actually turn this face backwards and forwards like this. And that's the really hard thing that you'll need to get used to. But instead of actually trying to use your right hand and turn the right and up face, because if we're using our right hand to grip the cube and to try and solve it one-handed with our right hand, it's near on impossible to actually do a right-handed, a move of the right face. Like you'll have to rotate and do a U or something like that. So that's why if we keep our grip the same with our left hand, it's easier to translate out what we know and what we've learnt from two-handed solving over to one-handed solving if we use our left hand. Again, this is kind of making the assumption that you're a right-hand dominant cuber when you're solving with two hands. Obviously, if your preference is to use your left hand to do most of the turning when you're doing two-handed solves, then it will make sense to actually use your right hand for one-handed solving. But if you're predominantly a right-hander, and that's where you do a lot of your moves, then I would probably suggest using your left hand for one-handed solving, because it'll be far easier to get used to the moves and algorithms to do them with one hand. However, at the start, you can certainly try out both hands and see which one you like. The only thing is, if you're a right-hand dominant cuber with two-handed solving and you want to use your right hand for one-handed solving, then you'll have to learn some new algorithms or mirror the algorithms that you're currently using so that you can perform them on the left-hand side using this standard grip, like so. So in summary, whichever hand that you're most comfortable using in two-handed solves to do a lot of the moves, I would suggest using your opposite hand for one-handed solving.